Today we're going to go with Grandpa's Jeep and Bam Bam the MB on parts of the Crystal Geyser Trail and over to Spring Point Overlook of the Green River near Moab, Utah. Okay, I'm going to try showing where we went on this trail on this map. This is a map of the Crystal Geyser Trail. You can see Moab down here in the bottom on Highway 191. Here's Highway 70. There's Green River. This red mark is the trail. We decided we wanted to go on the Crystal Geyser Trail, but we never made it all the way up north to the geyser. We actually went south on the trail. This is how we got here. We started out at the Floy exit on I-70. We drove this County Road 147. I think it's called Ruby Ranch Road. We drove it all the way down to right here. This is where we parked our trucks. There's a little parking area right here. Unloaded our Jeeps. Then we headed down south on this part of the Crystal Geyser Trail. And that's kind of where the video starts, right in here. We head south. On the trail. We end up getting off right here and turning left on this 338, and you kind of have to make a few turns. We ended up staying on this road, or what was this road, all the way out to Spring Point Overlook, overlooking the Green River here. You'll see that in the video where we go to the overlook. And then we drove back. We stopped by the secret Spire, which I believe is this little road right there. There's a sign there that says SS. And you drive down and you can see the secret Spire. It's a pretty neat little formation. And then we headed on back to the trucks and out. The trail starts out pretty easy on this soft, sandy, red dirt road. Eventually you start to get into this rougher and rockier terrain. It's a little different than our usual Moab trails. Again, this is up north of town. The colors are a little different. A little bit more monochromatic, not so many reds. I'd like to thank Jeff Petrowich for taking most of this footage while driving his Willys MB Bam Bam with one hand and holding the iPhone out the side with the other. We decided that this area here, where the rougher part of the trail is, looks almost lunar.
Do what?
Definitely kind of moon-like terrain.
Yeah, yeah. Looks like we're on the moon, kind of. Not that I've ever been on the moon.
This is one of my favorite days on the trail during Easter Jeep Safari. Just me and Jeff and our Jeeps out exploring. This is where we come up to the first and really the only main obstacle on this trail. Just checking it out. Now it's Jeff's turn down the obstacle. He can go really, really slow crawling down these things because he has made some extra low gears for the D18, the Dana 18 or Dana Spicer 18 transfer case that he makes. If you want to find out more about him, you can contact him through the cj2apage.com, and I'll put a link to that in the description. Those gears really make it so he can really crawl. Once we got out of the moonscape and off of the Crystal Geyser trail itself, we got down into this little kind of a neat little spot. I think it's called Dripping Springs. That's what the sign said. I couldn't find it on any maps anywhere. It looks like it might be a fun place to camp or hang out sometime. Some dirt bike riders were camped out down there this day.
You'll see our tracks. So we wanted to go out and then get on that trail that goes out and overlooks the moon. Yeah, there is. There's right turning about 200 yards.
This is like a hidden little gem in here, huh?
First time for me to be here.
Once we climbed up out of Dripping Springs, got up on top, see the buttes and mesas. And we got on the road out to Spring Point, the Spring Point Overlook of the Green River. This is a pretty good road. We could cruise right along at a pretty good clip. There you can see the canyon off in the distance. This is the canyon of the Green River. This road just goes out to this overlook point and stops. Here's some of the great views down the cliffs to the Green River.
That trail down there is the Hajo Canyon Trail.
After we looked around a little bit, we grabbed our lunches, sat down on the edge of the cliff to eat our lunch with a great view.
Do what?
This is the turnoff to the secret Spire. On our way back, we stopped in here. The sign just says SS for Secret Spire. That's where you turn off. It's just a little spur off the main road. And there's the secret Spire, a very interesting, strange rock formation. Here I try to make it look like Jeff is holding the spire in his hand. Didn't do great, but that's what I was trying to do. Then we headed on back to the lunar landscape to get back to our trucks. probably the second hardest little obstacle on this trail. I think I'd rate this trail like a 4 or 5 out of 10. Except for this part in the lunar landscape area that I'm calling it. The rest of what we drove on were pretty much just gravel roads. Here we're coming up on that main obstacle that we drove down earlier. That's it. Thanks for watching.